Hello and welcome to the Skol v Grit Show, where we cover all things Vikings and Lions. I am your co-host Hans, and joined as always by the lovely Mr. Joe Ryan. But today we are also welcomed by a very special guest, a man who is a TG in every sense of the word, co-founder and card-carrying member of the GCG. He is firmly Team Tebow Sugar, a man who always does what he must. His arms are not his legs. Mr. Lawton Stefanik, how you doing, fellas?
Tremendous.
Hey,
intro.
what's up? I've heard it before. It's yeah. So yeah, glad it's surviving.
Yeah, I found it. I had to do a search. I was like, I know I did this once.
I wondered because you seem completely unfazed, Lawton.
We've done some of the what is it?
He's painfully
Action
aware
Movie
of,
Book Club.
Yeah, of my nonsense. So there's nothing I can really say or do to shock Lawton.
Cheers.
Well, today we're gonna get in. I mean, that's why we have you here. We want to get into some Bears talk. You know, we're very Lions and Vikings centric, because that's what the name is. But we wanted to get some ground level, real deep analytical insight. So of course I thought first you, Lon.
Well, it's actually technically me second, but that's all right. We can stick with first now.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have told you that. It's very fair, and
It's all right. I mean, I'm here. I'm here for my friends. I love football. I love the NFL. I love the Bears. Not the biggest expert source, but go Bears. Let's talk.
Yeah. I mean, neither of us know what the fuck we're talking about either. We're just loudmouths with a microphone. So you'll fit right in.
That's hurtful and accurate, Dick.
That's what we do. Look, the Bears, they did quite a bit this offseason. I mean, you got a new head coach. You made a lot of interesting trades, drafted some interesting human beings to join your squad. Let's get into it a little bit. First off, I want to know how you feel about your new head coach of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Ben Johnson. Thank you, Joe, for lending him over to us. So
my choice.
I think he's going to bring. He's an entirely new dynamic. I mean, if anyone thinks that this can't be a step up, I mean, he's arguably the best offensive coordinator in the league. Give the guy a shot at running a team. We're coming from a historically bad coach in a very long succession of bad coaches, but Eberflus, man, I mean, I didn't think we could dip much lower than Nagy. I was so sick and tired of Nagy, but Eberflus was just unconscionably bad. I couldn't stand his face. I couldn't stand his ineptitude on the sidelines. Just that
Plus,
dumb
that's a stupid
face,
fucking
man.
name.
So
you can't be in a world class.
Yeah, I mean,
name like Eberflus.
It's an allergy medicine.
Eberflus, and he was just such a dill bar on the Hard Knocks too, and changing his whole appearance to look cool. It's like, dude, focus on your job. He was horrible at it. So this Ben Johnson, super pumped about it. I think he's immediately got the locker room. He's got the respect of the guys. He's obviously got a pedigree backing him up. Detroit is sad he's gone, which can only mean good things for us because he did magic over there. So all that put together, hopefully this mofo can have the presence of mind to protect our greatest asset, that being Caleb Williams. And it looks like they're trying to do that. So I think Ben is going to really be focused on that. I'm excited just to go for a ride.
I mean, speaking of Caleb Williams, you saw that ESPN article? Like, I'd be remiss if we didn't touch on that a little bit.
Sure.
And not just because it brings me more joy than anything in my life ever has.
About him not wanting to ever go to the Bears?
Yeah, and wanting to go to the Vikings.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Well, yeah, that's right. Well, the Vikings they would have already had JJ, right? And they've got a great coach, whatever your, whoever your coach is. What starts with
Coach of
a
the
G or
year.
something, right?
Coach of the year, no big deal.
Traditionally, they get fired after they win that.
No,
2 years
that's
later.
right.
Yeah, I know. That's almost like a death sentence, but
so to follow up on that question, I think that's a great attempt at a gut punch. However, put yourself in this hypothetical scenario. You are, let's say, the starting quarterback at a big time program like, Georgia, Alabama, something like that. You've got all these cameras on you, the spotlight. Everyone's saying you're going to be a draft pick. You're excited to get into the NFL to show everyone and move on with your career. In what right mind of yours would you be happy to know I have the potential of moving to the Bears next year? This is still when Eberflus is coaching, it's literally it's a quarterback destruction factory. Chicago is. Why would you want to go? So at the same time, why would I fault this kid? He has no allegiance to Chicago. He's just a college kid. He doesn't know anyone out there. Sorry, helicopter. The perks of LA, there's always helicopters flying over. I don't know if you could hear it. But,
a little bit. That's fine.
Always. Yeah, the ghetto birds.
Authenticity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, here we are. So, I mean, how can I blame the kid? And that's all in the past. Anyone who wants to make this a story, it's a non-story because we're in the dead zone era of the NFL season hasn't started. The draft has happened. There's literally nothing to talk about. So let's make this a thing. Caleb has come to Chicago. He's embraced the city. The city has embraced him. We're making moves to support the O-line. We're making moves to give him more weapons to target. He's got a much better coach now. He gives back to the city already. He's got his charitable initiatives. He's already well spoken and speaking about how he wants, his legacy to grow here. It's a non-story. So, GFY on your wanting to start off this whole podcast with that garbage.
So I appreciate the candor. This may shock you. I completely agree with everything you said. I think it's funny simply because he named the Vikings as saying, like, should we blow this up? But yeah, man, blow it up. Who gives a shit?
Well, his LeVar
like Eli
Ball
Manning
dad,
did that. Like people have done it in the past. Like go where you want to go. I honestly have no problem with anything that came out. It's probably not a great look, but that wouldn't bother me one bit as a Bears fan. Like I like to make jokes and fuck around with you, but no, you're right. It's a nothing. It's still funny, but it's a nothing.
Yeah, it's funny.
If it came out pre-draft, it might be a thing. But it came out after a year. He's already been to Chicago. That's what Lawton said. He's already in the city. Like it is a big nothing burger. It's just for people in the division to laugh at. Hand up, I was giggling.
Yeah. Just a name drop. The other. That's really all it is. Like that's my favorite part.
His dad also talked about joining the AFL. So like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, they said like UFL. Like, oh, should we just not? And like,
my question is, if you didn't like it that much, why wouldn't you stay at USC getting $7 million a deal to do Dr. Pepper and fucking Wendy's ads?
Yeah.
So you must
in
have
LA,
liked something
like
about Chicago.
Just keep enjoying your life. I don't know.
I'm sure it's USC sucked for him.
All right, so we put probably that to bed, right?
We're happy to have him. He's here. He's ours. The city wants to see him succeed. I mean, there's always going to be people out there that complain that he paints his nails or some bullshit. But the kid has got
that pisses me off. I hate that shit.
He's got like,
that's beyond nothing. Like, so fucking cares.
It's like bitching
about. Got a rocket laser on.
How's that have anything to do with his talent on the field?
Yeah,
let's go,
it's
baby.
Like bitching about a podcaster's hair. It's silly.
Or complexion. I mean, I'm always the whitest guy in the room, but I am absolutely as we are speaking right now. So So we've talked about your coach, Caleb Williams. I mean, you did work. You didn't do a ton in free agency, but I mean, you did, but you didn't. Not in the traditional sense. You made a couple big trades to revamp that offensive line. You got the tackle from the Rams and Joe Tooney. I mean, all pro guard. Oh, you signed Dahlman too. Yeah, like that was just an afterthought.
Okay.
Yeah, Dahlman, arguably the best young center on the market. How do you feel about that offensive line going forward?
Well, like I said, it is the investment that they're making, right? So what hasn't happened in years past is just this ineptitude that just goes when it's essentially taking the fans for granted. Screw you. We know you're going to show up. We know you're still going to buy the merch and pay for your
because you're a storied franchise that like they can not put money into the product on the field and they'll continue to make money because they're the fucking Bears.
What's that like?
Well, you were the Lions. It's not the same thing. Let's be clear. The Bears and the Lions, as far as storied franchises go, where that Venn diagram is just two circles on separate sides of the galaxy.
Are you just talking about because they've had success? They've won a Super Bowl. They've had the playoffs many times. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean every measurable metric. Yeah.
Hey, we were sad too.
But yeah, I mean, I like.
So yes, investment is made, right? And it's there. I mean, the message is clear that it's a different organization. Virginia McCaskey passed away last year. God rest her kind, generous soul. And it's it looks like they're with her passing really looking to sort of change the whole who the Bears are. What they do. I mean, we're not just a defensive team anymore. They're making a statement that we're trying to be an offensive-minded team. So it's exciting. I love the fact that you're picking up, big money names to protect. Like I said, Caleb Williams is a massive asset. You got to protect the young man. So that's what they're trying to do. We don't need to give him the yips like Trubisky had or like Fields had or 57 other quarterbacks we had in between Favre and Rodgers. So, yeah. Happy about it.
I mean, that's one thing we can all feel like a continuity is terrible quarterback play in our history. I think we all feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Lions,
well, I think you
Bears,
hit on
Vikings,
it earlier.
Like we've rarely had like fuck them up in Green Bay. Just going from Favre to Rodgers, like fuck you, man. Like you don't know pain.
Dude, they're the Lakers of the NFL.
No.
Like, well, we're going to get Kareem, and then we're going to get Shaq, and then we're going to get Dwight Howard, a lesser version. And you know what? Fuck it. Let's get Luka. They had 25 years of just, we looked into Brett Favre, then we looked into Aaron Rodgers, and yeah.
Yeah, it's like those fan bases don't understand what real pain is. Like not having a quarterback is real pain.
It's just a waste of the season.
Yeah, because you can only go so far.
And I'm happy to lie to myself, but I've gone into seasons with Rodney Peete. I've gone into seasons with Andre Ware.
I've gone into seasons with Gus Frerotte.
All right, you get it. He doesn't even have a Heisman.
No, he did break his neck headbutting a wall, though. That was
we haven't forgotten.
Well, it's pretty cool. All right, so yeah, I mean they're building. I mean that's what the Lions did. They built the offensive line. So having Ben Johnson come over and be like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm a little surprised that he didn't address the running back situation, but.
Well, Lawton hit on it earlier. The biggest thing they did was addition by subtraction. Getting rid of Eberflus and bringing in fucking Ben. Like, all right, let's go. We talked about it on the previous episode, but you've got the Ferrari and Caleb. One of us thinks he's crap. The other one thinks he's going to be pretty good. And then you give him the greatest, I'm not going to go crazy, but top 5 offensive minded football. And let's see what he can do, man.
Oh, he's the best offensive coordinator in football. I don't know if he is the best. Like being a coordinator, being a head coach, there's so much more that goes into that. I'm not saying he can't do that, but that's a different beast. But so they have the talent there. They have the mind. Like Ben Johnson, I was so glad he left you because he was making Jared Goff a fucking god, which is Jared Goff's fine. But I don't accept him being like a next level transcendent motherfucker.
Yeah, he's got some numbers though, didn't he?
With Ben, let's see how he does with Ben.
You know the Bears are in our division, right? I can see the smirk. Like I'm glad.
I do, but that goes to my point. That goes to my point. I don't know how he's gonna transition to a head coach because that is a whole extra thing. You all of a sudden become part of the operations. You're not just, hey, I'm calling plays. I'm drawing shit up that no one could ever stop. I gotta handle all this other shit now.
Well, it's almost biblical in nature where I look and I'm like, God, he's given me so much. And I'm like, kind of fuck him now. I want him to lose. So I don't know what to think. Like,
well, it's like the guy from the Patriots offensive coordinator keeps like getting head coaches jobs and then going back. Yeah, he's a great offensive mind, but McDaniel's like, but then when he gets the reins.
Well, let's not play around because Ben is not a known fucking asshole.
Yeah, like, he's not a piece of shit.
McDaniel's is widely regarded as an asshole.
Yeah, he's a dickhead. Yeah, for sure. But point stands. It's a different beast. You're playing with a different deck when you're a head coach.
Hard to disagree with.
That's all. So that's. Do
you think
that's your rework? What's that?
Was he handling a different dick, or now he's got a dick that's?
I mean, he can handle any dick he wants. He's the head coach. He's the NLBL.
He's got to handle every dick.
All the
Ben Johnson, that snake handler. Here we go, baby.
So that's free agency, whatever. Your draft. You made a lot of interesting picks in your draft. Like 30,000 foot. How do you feel? We can break down individual, but as a whole, how do you feel about making the team better through the draft this year?
Well, I mean, what isn't one of Ben Johnson's signature?
Like, does anyone stand out to you that's like, yeah, this is a dude I'm excited about?
Well, I mean, like I said, the signature scheme of Ben Johnson is the two-headed monster of the double tight end, right? So we do have Cole Kmet. I think Cole Kmet's very serviceable. He's a big dude. He's got good hands. He's not.
I think he's
Travis
underrated.
Kelce or. Yeah, I think he's pretty good, right? So he's not Travis Kelce or George Kittle, but he's a big dude. He's got good hands. He makes good plays, but at the same time, too, we don't know what he can do because of primarily the fact that Caleb had probably less time than any other quarterback in the league last year. There just wasn't enough chances for things to develop. So now we've got this two-headed monster of what is it, Colton Loveland? Colston Loveland. Sorry, it's a tongue twister of a name. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Michigan kid, seems like a smart kid, super respectful. I'm excited to see how that scheme plays out. Who's that other guy they got? The next guy, what, Burden or something? Luther Burden. Right?
I love
so
Luther.
More wide receiver team. We've got a super young wide receiver core now with Rome and now Luther. We've obviously got our veterans in there too, but I mean, they've got some serious weapons going on. You're right. They didn't really pick up any new running back, but as long as they've got this line that can open up some holes, let's see what our current guys can do. So regarding that, I mean, going down the line more, what we get Ozzie Trapilo. Right. I mean, there's offensive tackle, more protection. Let's see how that sort of works out. I don't know much about this Shamar Turner, but hey, the Bears are a defensive team, so we've got a DT there. Yeah, I don't know how much further down the list I can go without completely exposing myself as a fraud. I'm a fan first, and I hope it all works out.
No, you did well, but let's circle back to Kmet. With all due respect, I mean, he is a solid tight end. I think we'd all agree solid is the right adjective, but you just upgraded. I've had Loveland in my life in 3 years at Michigan, and the dude can play. It's, him and the kid from Penn State, they were talking who's going to go first at the tight end position in the draft. And, you pick him because he's polished, he's complete, he's ready to go. Is he explosive? No, but he is more in line with your Kelsey's and those kind of guys. He's a big-ass wide receiver, basically, who will throw his head in there and block. He's not going to be the best blocker, but he's not afraid to. I think you're going to be quite pleased with him.
So,
yeah, excited.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how Ben Johnson's going to do without Montgomery and Gibbs, because they weren't only run but type of team, but without that in your bag, it'll be interesting to see what he dials up. I'm not saying he can't, because he's a fucking mad scientist, and he just, I mean, he's the kind of guy that's up 40 points and he's throwing out trick plays just because, he's not worried about firing all his bullets because he has more ammunition than anyone else.
Well, it's going to be fun, and he's also going to pick up guys that he needs. It's not a 1-year deal. You know what I mean? As he gets more, the players that he wants in there, they're going to be trouble.
So, Luther Burden. I love Luther Burden.
You love Luther.
I love him. And, I mean, part of that, to be full transparency, because I just love the name Luther. You're just a bad man if your name's Luther. But that dude's he's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a problem. So, I mean, that's the Bears off season, right? Do we wanna? You have any other thoughts? Anything we didn't touch on about the Bears? I mean, I could talk about Caleb and all the things I think about him, but I've done that to death, and that's not why you're here.
Would you mind revisiting?
No, not a father trying to have.
You want me to revisit? Well,
Eberflus and Hard Knocks.
Yes, please. I've never seen anything quite like it. What the? What was he doing? I've never seen such transparent,
Oh yeah, 100%.
I go, this guy's the head coach. It was incredible. It would be
just nothing about him.
You're right. Trust your instincts. It would be like me putting equations and stuff in the background of my thing, and just be like, "Well, I spent a lot of time working on this." Oh, you saw that? How embarrassing! Jesus Christ, dude, what are you doing?
The most interesting thing of Hard Knocks to me was that he had the praise and endorsement of Nick Saban. So when I saw that, I go, you know what? Maybe he did get a little unlucky with underperforming players or whatever. Maybe this guy does know what he's doing. He's coming from Nick Saban, right? I guess Nick Saban wasn't the greatest NFL coach anyway, but still, you'd expect a little bit more in terms of being a leader of men. And this guy was just not a leader of men. He didn't have the locker room whatsoever. Nobody respected him. He looked like a fucking joke every game he played with his dumb face on the sideline, literally watching clocks tick down when we're in games and just letting just sort of, should we call timeout now? What the fuck are you doing? You could pay me 1/20th of what you're paying him, and I'd be happily stand there and, help us lose in the same way.
So Nick Saban is the Bill Belichick of college, right?
Yeah, I agree.
In Bill Belichick's coaching tree, they've all been miserable failures because they try to, you think, they learned from one of the greatest, arguably the greatest of all time. They should be good, at least. But it seems like they always take the wrong message because they're not Bill Belichick. They can't just be Bill Belichick is a relic of a bygone era of coaches that are shit to their players, yell at them and go over the top. Like that doesn't. It works because he's Bill Belichick, but that doesn't really work anymore. Like when you're not Bill Belichick and you try to be him, and same.
Well, I think that's why Saban got out too. Well, that and Harbaugh retired him, but that's a different podcast. But yeah, you can't. These kids, like, they built in time to get on your phone in practice. You know, we're gonna take a 15-minute water break, 5-minute phone break. We gotta check IG, man. Like, I'm dead serious. It's part of the program now, and you can't do that anymore. It's just, it was really funny to me. They're doing a bad impression of the guy that they came up under.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just a hollow impression of a legend, and you can't do that. Like, be your fucking self, man.
So you're saying I shouldn't get a Tom Landry fedora for the next podcast?
Well, no, you absolutely should do that. I'm going to mock you if you do, but I want that to happen.
That's fair.
And maybe you can get some sleeves too.
What if in like 5 years from now, Eberflus divorces his wife and just starts dating like a 21-year-old?
Grandma. Yeah.
This is his last gasp effort to try and be his hero. It's like you need rings first, Matt.
I'm telling you right now, that's the best move you could make. I'd be back in. I'd be like, maybe we get him as a coordinator.
Yeah. At that point, it's like, yeah, you coach some linebackers. That's fine.
You're 100 years old and she's a college student. And talk to me, baby. Let's get this guy an interview.
That relationship is so fucking funny.
That CBS Today Show interview, top notch. Chef's kiss. No.
Good. It's so good.
We don't talk about that. What the fuck?
All right. Let's see. What else? What else we got? We wanna. You have some historically great Bears we want to talk about.
I do.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk more about. Go ahead.
I think there's just a delay. Joe, please.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah,
No,
it's like the man on the street, like you had the earpiece.
No, I love it. It's like live in Afghanistan. What's going on over there? And they're like, yeah, I can't hear shit. No, all you got going is a stupid schedule, and I was looking at some stuff. Like, I don't know.
We can talk about the schedule.
Well, because the podcasting geniuses we are, we did the schedule releases on a Wednesday. We released the podcast the Monday before, where we knew shit about fuck, and it
actually came out Tuesday, so it was even better.
Oh, so we were a day late, $1 short.
Yeah,
cool. Awesome. No, I was just looking at it, and I've never heard of like rest rate before, and then apparently had the Lions schedule, which is like the third most difficult according to a bunch of people that have not seen the season play out, but they go. So we have the highest like net rest rate, and I was like, "Well, what does that mean?"
I don't even know what a fucking rest rate is. What is that?
Yeah, I had no fucking clue, so I had to look it up.
I've never heard of that.
The guys that we're playing the most are coming off like Monday night games, where they have like 1 day's less rest. Which is it a thing? Is it not? Like, I'd rather have them have less rest, but it's so we have 13 days of rest compared to all of our opponents. And that's over the course of a season. And this just lets you know how unimportant what we're talking about is.
Yeah, that hurts my head. I don't like it.
It's so, like, I get it. Like, when people go to Europe to play or South America to a foreign game or whatever, and then we come back and like, oh, yeah, they're coming off the London game. We should be able to beat them up, whatever. This is the same thing, except it's most of the people we're playing are coming off. They play Monday night, so they have 1 day less to rest.
Yeah, nothing. Like a Thursday night that, like, if you play Sunday and then have to play Thursday, that's a thing. If you go, you're fucking with time zones. That's a thing.
What made me laugh a lot is, like, you know who we play after our bye? Some fucking team called the Vikings.
Who knows even anything about them? I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I got nothing to say about that.
Bet the house.
Well, I mean, Minnesota's doing a thing that's never happened before, playing back-to-back Euro trash games.
We mentioned that, and you told me how much
you
you
not
love
doing?
them over there.
Yeah, it's good because they don't lose a home game, and Minnesota plays a Euro game every year, so they have an actual fan base in Europe. So any game over there is at worst neutral field. And you're taking away a home game to get a neutral, maybe essentially a home game out there, and then you're doing 2 back-to-back. Like,
You were very cool with it. It's my understanding Europe historically is not that cool with the Vikings. But,
no.
Oops.
Well, maybe not the pillaging and the other stuff, but
Thank you. It felt good.
But like, I mean, the first game they played the Steelers, so that takes away having to go to Pittsburgh. That's great. Great. I'll go play in Dublin. Who gives a shit? And like, it'd be nice if they played someone more talented than the Browns on the second spot, because that's a bit to deal with coming over there, and they basically are just flying to Green Bay to go to London. So that's nothing for them. Do the Bears have who
Well, do you think they're going to stay there?
Yeah, they're just going to stay there because it's 2 weeks in a row, and then they get the bye right after.
Yeah.
Like
As long as you have the bye coming off the Europe game, I'm going to call it fair.
Yeah, no, I honestly
I'll
think
never
it's
do
an
it at home.
advantage. It's an advantage because you don't have to go into hostile territory. Like, you're essentially getting a neutral field for 2 games.
But you have no time at home.
Like, you don't lose a home game. You don't lose anything. It's a positive.
All right. Lawton, how would you feel about the Bears playing overseas?
I mean, I'm sort of ambivalent towards it. I mean, if I was a Vikings fan, I'd probably be more upset because I knew that my boys wouldn't be able to get the nourishment at Perkins for 2 weeks straight. So, that's a staple up there in Minnesota. Don't you know? You got to go to Perkins after church. So in Chicago, I always describe Perkins to anyone who's not from the Midwest and doesn't understand it. I go, just picture Denny's, but instead of yellow, it's green.
That's fair. It's devastatingly accurate.
I was just about to say essentially that. Jesus Christ.
My Perkins thing is I always think about the girl.
It's a green Denny's.
I keep thinking about the waitress that Tiger Woods was fucking, and he wouldn't pay her rent, and then it blew it up. And people that didn't know anything about the Midwest, right? What's Perkins?
Yeah.
The most advertising they could have done. I was surprised when I came back here that Perkins still existed. I think it's the Tiger effect.
You have Perkins? Oh
yeah. There's one that I used to go to get. They had they had these free passes for like indoor, like a golf simulator, and we used to go there and steal them all, and then in high school, and then play for hours and hours with the free passes. That's the only thing I really remember about Perkins.
Well, let's cut the
reason we
promo.
ever went there.
Perkins, easy to steal from.
That's right. I mean, Lawton, we also did that with Quiznos.
We had our free coupon.
Yeah, I used to work there, and I took all the punch cards and just punched them. It took like 50 of them.
You had like the sub club stamps from Subway, and you just covered cards.
Yeah, I punched them all. That was fun.
Good God to know.
So, okay. Do we want to do your do you have a top 5 all-time Bears?
I thought we did in production.
Well, I mean, what are the parameters?
Of just all time, like
100% your favorites. We have no rules, no laws. It's literally whatever you want to do. The best thing is, though, we're going to put you on the spot and rank them 5-1.
That's it.
Okay, so if I had to pick, let's say it's the top 5, I would want to go a quarterback, wide receiver, running back, and let's say 2 defenders, because especially being the Bears, right?
I like you putting limitations in structure on something for yourself. I appreciate that.
Right. So for me, there's some tough ones. I would go from just my generational experience. Now, I was born when the Bears won the Super Bowl, but I was 3 months old, so I don't remember. I mean, if you compare a defense, one of the great Bears defenses, yes, they did not win the Super Bowl in 2006, but that 2005 Bears defense was filthy.
I think filthy. Think that year we watched that game together.
You and I?
Which one? The Bears Vikings?
No, the Bears in the Super Bowl.
Oh, no, I watched the Super Bowl at home in Chicagoland. Against
Wasn't there an early
Colts.
2000s?
Yeah,
that wasn't Bears Colts?
You weren't at Jake's at our party?
That wasn't Bears Colts?
At the bar, one night Jake's?
I think it was the upstairs we had.
Well, we watched. Yeah. What we watched that year was the Monday Night Football game against. It was the Bears are who we thought they were.
The Denny Green, former Viking great. Oh God, they were who we thought they were. Yeah. We let them off the hook.
It was that
crown their ass.
It was that game. You want to crown them? Crown their asses.
God, love Denny.
That was the game. That was the game we watched, but that was that season. The Bears were just filthy. So that being said, if I had to go, I'd go quarterback, which some people might not find it popular because he's just a cold cut cocksucker. But goddamn, he was the best quarterback the Bears ever had. It's Jay Cutler. I understand Jim McMahon won a Super Bowl. He was not as talented as Jay. Jay was not the best locker room guy, but when Jay was on, he was awesome.
I love Jay Cutler. He's just punching darts like that dude didn't give a fuck.
Smoking Jay.
My favorite Jay Cutler story is him being at Wrigley, and this dude that's a super fan in a Bears outfit or jersey in Wrigley goes, and they were both. He went to fucking Vanderbilt, and he sees him in the bathroom, and he goes, "Jay, I don't usually do this, but I went to Vanderbilt too, and like I'm the biggest fan." And he got to the effing fan, and Cutler goes, "Don't care," and walked out. You know how many times in my life I said "don't care," or I'll say Jay Cutler to people that know.
That's up there with Kirk Cousins. You like that?
I think it's better. He did it in the men's room at Wrigley. Don't care.
It's way better because Jay Cutler is an asshole and Kirk Cousins is just like so wholesome. It was nice. So it's totally different dynamic.
100% agree.
Okay, so Cutler's is my quarterback. Easiest pick for all of it is the running back. Walter. Yeah. I can't remember his name.
DeAndre Swift.
I know it's fucking Walter.
DeAndre Swift.
Right? I was trying to. I was gonna say like, oh yeah, it's so easy. It's got to be Rashaan Salam. So clearly Walter Payton. My wide receiver, that's a tough one because we've had some decent ones over the years. Why am I blanking on the name right now? I did love Marty Booker. I love Marcus Robinson. But I probably would have to give it to Brandon Marshall. In terms of like raw talent. If you take his physical appearance and his ability to just bully guys, Brandon Marshall was pretty special. We didn't even have him at his best years, but he was still pretty good. Again, the Bears have never been the best on offense. With defense, again, from my generation, Urlacher, I mean, without a doubt, he might be the greatest in the history. Well, without hair is after he retired, right? Or with hair is after he retired, right?
That's fair. So you're thinking without?
Yeah. So I mean, I got to go bald Urlacher. Yeah, I remember driving through Chicago and seeing all the billboards. I'm like, man,
I
this
was
just
down
ain't
there at
right.
the same time.
Brian
I couldn't
Urlacher.
believe it.
Something feels wrong. But hey, good for
It
him.
creeped me out.
He's got a nice name going. Yeah, super creepy. So Brian Urlacher, obviously, I was thinking about, okay, like guys from the 85 Bears, because they had a fearsome defense then too. There's Mike Singletary, Richard Dent, Dan Hampton. I mean, there's a lot of guys, but again, Richard Dent, if I had to take one from the 80s, I'd probably go Richard Dent. He was a mean, bad man, and he scared a lot of guys. Mike Singletary, he gets all this press, but maybe because he was just such a likable guy, he wasn't as fearsome. Dan Hampton was a badass. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But at the same time, too, if I'm taking ones from my generation, who, if they had a slightly better and less, completely gimpy offense, the Bears could have won the Super Bowl that year, which would have put them in the same category as the 85 Bears. I got to go with a guy who invented a game-changing technique in the league, and that is the peanut punch. I'm going to go
Peanut. I was
Richard
hoping
Tillman.
you'd talk about
So,
Peanut.
Yeah, Peanut Tillman. So there's my top five if I had to follow those parameters. Again, people might call me an idiot or, say they disagree. But sure, that's who I like.
I would never, and the internet would never do such a thing.
No, but you made a great point about Tillman. He changed the game. Like Lawrence Taylor tried to strip sack, and then from DB perspective, like, here's what we do: we punch it. Do you remember when people were just getting punched left and right before the league started?
Yeah.
Like, they go to make a tackle, like, now I'm gonna hit him first. Like, what? Try the ball, dude. He was Tillman.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Hester? I'm surprised he wasn't in there.
I was gonna bring that up. Thank you.
Now, I mean, I could never, maybe I should have put him in as the wide receiver, but he was not a wide receiver.
True.
He was a special teams guy. So in those parameters, man of all time, he is better than everyone. Who else was great in those days? Dante Hall. And I mean,
he's the greatest returner of all time.
He just
he's the
wasn't
greatest of all time.
In the Super Bowl we were discussing, he returned the opening kickoff.
Immediately.
I was breaking someone out of a hospital and missed the opening kickoff and got back and then went, what? Hester went crazy, allegedly.
Hold on. Breaking out of a hospital.
It's a story for a different time, my friend. But sometimes your boys got to go. Got to get them back for the Super
I think
Bowl.
I know who this was, but we won't talk about it. It's fantastic.
Hester's a good call out. But that's the only thing. He wasn't a scheme guy. When they tried to plug him in as a wide receiver, he was no good.
I always wondered about that.
It is what it is.
It just didn't work. I don't know why. Like, maybe if you had a Ben Johnson at the time. No, absolutely. If you had a Ben Johnson at the time, he would have made Devin Hester an offensive weapon. He would have gotten eight touches a game.
I'm not sure.
And he would have figured it out.
I'm not sure he had the acumen for it.
No, he wouldn't have been a traditional wide receiver, but a guy like Ben Johnson would have figured out, like, he was that talented, like Hester was. He would have figured out a way to use him as a weapon.
Dump it off to him, throw a couple blocks, let him in.
Yeah, some screens, some whatever. Like, he would have
schemed
it up.
Pitch.
Yeah, like he would have figured out a way to get someone that fucking electric the ball in their hands 8 to 10 times a game.
So I'm here in Time Machine.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk? What else what are your thoughts like about the Bears going forward, like this year?
You got to be excited.
We have the schedule. We have all that. Give me an over-under on Bears wins. Like, what is a successful first year of Ben Johnson?
Good question.
In the eyes of a Bears fan.
11-6.
Wow. Wow. I think you
Hey,
might
I'd be happy
disappointed.
with 11-6.
You should be fucking ecstatic
That's
with
what I'm
11-6.
Motherfucker, I'd be happy with 11.
Right.
Yeah,
And
me
it's
too.
11-6 and the playoffs. 11-6 and the playoffs. And that's what would make a lot of Bears fans really happy. If we went, if we went 9-8, it's just sort of like, okay, more in the middle. I get it. We got to see a lot of moves. We got to see a lot of progress to accept that, okay, we're once again in, draft purgatory and all that. So, 11-6, I'd be fucking happy with, and go suck me for saying that.
If you go 11-6,
You ask a question, I give you an answer.
That's fair. That's fair.
Your Honor asked and answered.
Well, there it is. I guess that's the bar. It's 10.5 wins.
Is 9-8 not a huge improvement over 5 wins?
We want more. We deserve more.
I'll put it on record right now. You ain't getting 11-6. Ain't fucking happening.
Hey. Loser buys Perkins.
Done.
Boom.
Like a waitress or like
company or
No. Hey, Josh, we're supposed to have some sort of boys trip anyway. If we go to Iowa, we'll have a Perkins outing.
Yeah, if anyone can ever fucking make a decision.
If we get down to Iowa and I don't go to Perkins, I'll be furious.
Joe, you come to Iowa, I'll take you to Perkins. We'll get some French silk pie and some pancakes. It'll be great.
That's really all I want from Perkins.
Yeah, that's
maybe a golf club and waitress.
Yeah, I'll take you to some pretend golf. I assume they don't do that anymore because of me.
You don't still have the prescription pad you stole?
I think I broke them. Yeah, that was the doctor with the script pad.
I just picture the CEO and the board. Gentlemen, we are bleeding free golf. Someone get on it.
My bad. Sorry, Perkins. You seem to have recuperated and figured it out. Well, I mean, that's the NFC North. Like, do we want to talk about the Packers at all? I mean, fuck them. Who cares? Jordan Love. Fuck Jordan Love. Jordan Love. Fuck Jordan Love.
Did you just remix your own sentence?
I don't think he's good.
Well, Jordan Love thoughts?
No one cares. Just going to hang me out.
Fuck them all.
It's a big thing in Lions circles, just FTP. And if you know, you know, fuck the pack. So, yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know if I'd be as vocal as you were about it, just because that kid shows some, like, signs. They go, well, how do you do that? You just threw 3 picks in the last game.
No, he's a chucker. He just chucks it up.
I can't argue that. He does chuck
I don't think he's good.
Yeah, well, you're on record.
The Packers deserve an era of mediocrity and failure and misery. And that's what I hope for the Packers.
And I think that's what they did with giving Jordan Love that crazy contract. Like, they're locked in.
Let's hope.
With that comment, you brought all 3 of us together. It was beautiful.
That's what I do here.
I was talking to Lawton.
Yeah, he was talking to me.
Fuck Jordan Love. That dude sucks. He's not good. I'm sorry. He's not. Give me Brock Purdy every goddamn.
What do you think of JJ McCarthy? What's he going to do?
JJ McCarthy is purple Jesus. He is a god amongst men. JJ McCarthy went to Nazareth High School. He is literally JJ of Nazareth. He's fucking Jesus. He's the man. He will take us to the promised land.
So record for Minnesota next year?
Yeah, what's your call? We put him on the spot.
I was thinking 11-6 was like best case scenario. And they are stacked. It's just rookie quarterback. Like, he had a year to sit, and I believe in him, but God, man, they have a fucking murderer's row of a schedule. Like last year, they got to play the AFC South.
My favorite division in football.
I mean, there's 4 easy wins. I mean, well, 3 easy wins and the Texans, but that whatever. Now they got like the Ravens and they have to play the Eagles, and like they actually have like a ridiculously difficult schedule this year, because that's what happens when you win
Bengals
14, 15 fucking games. Yeah, the Bengals, like it's not going to be easy. And again, essentially a rookie quarterback. But I believe I've been a JJ like lover for. I mean, he was my second favorite quarterback in that draft behind Jaden, and it was really, really close.
I'm excited to see what happens.
I just love that you have to do like mental gymnastics being a Michigan guy. And a Lions
fan. JJ love and my Vikings hate.
Yeah, it's a fun little. I enjoy that.
I'll get it sorted out. I live with me. I'll be all right. Now, can I take this moment to do my traditional shot at fucking Bleacher Report?
Oh, please.
Thank you. Shout out someone named Mo Moten. And I swear to God, I didn't make that name up. I think he did, but someone did. He has the Lions at 9-8. And I read his whole article in quotes. It wasn't even one list. It was hard to read the whole thing. There was words instead of numbers. But yeah, it's at 9-8, and it was so nice to just have your worldview reinforced. And you go, wow, these guys are clowns. And I went, oh my God, they're still clowns. And it made me happy. So
yeah, it's like what we've talked about before. It's like when you do a fantasy draft on Yahoo and they give you a D+, you're like, fuck yeah, I'm about to win this league.
Yep.
Like if a ridiculous bullshit outlet like Bleacher Report, yeah, fuck them. I don't care. I'll never work for them. Fuck them.
Quote me.
They're nonsense. It's listicles. They're the fucking BuzzFeed of sports. They're nothing.
When you click on it, it should just the homepage go dun 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 dun. Fuck off. But 9-8. So I flipped over to Fox for their predictions, and dude had us at 11-5. And I thought, man, that's the Bears ceiling.
I mean, that's not enough
11-6,
games.
sorry.
So they
11-6. I didn't check my notes, but I'm a lefty. I write poorly. But yeah, he's 11-6, and I was like, I'll take 11-6. And now I realize the Bears are going to be 11-6, so we got to be 12-5.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
well, that's the thing. The NFC North is the best division in football. Like they did the mid-season Hard Knocks for the AFC East last year.
I recall
that's going to be the North. Like,
did anyone watch it? Lawton, did you watch it?
Not in season. I obviously watched the Bears preseason one. Yeah,
I watched the in-season one.
But yeah, our division's a total. It's a total slobber knocker in our division. So I mean, realistically speaking, our playoff representative could be a 9-8 team.
True, we're going to beat the hell out of each other.
Mm.
Well, I mean, last year it was 15 and 14 wins at the top.
Which is insane.
That's fucking stupid. I've seen a lot of people complain about them trying to rework the playoff seeding. Yeah, they fucking should. If you win 14 games and you're second in your division, and then you have a team that wins 9 games and wins their division, fuck them. Why should they get a home game? Why? Because they're geographically located next to terrible organizations? How is that? How does that matter?
So you for reseeding like hockey does?
Fuck yeah.
But now that I'm good, I am.
Yeah. If you're the best team, you're the best team. You deserve a home game. You deserve to be, or a bye, or what have you. Like, who gives a shit because you're in this region of the country? That doesn't mean anything.
It does mean less and less. It
means nothing. Nothing. Fuck
Well,
'em.
I'm glad we're on record.
At least we're all playing similar opponents,
True.
right?
Well, yeah.
So
Yeah,
then
that's
there's
the good thing.
similarity in that. Yeah.
Of course. But then that's why, I mean, I think Detroit probably has, I mean, because it usually goes off of your next year's schedule goes off of how well you did the year before. Like, if you're one of the best teams, you play the theoretical best teams. And your entire division plays another division. I believe we have the AFC East, right, this year.
We do.
Yeah.
With the Ravens, the Steelers, the Bengals.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's go. It's going to be tough.
And then we all get gifted the Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always fun.
And
Do
the
we all play
Commanders,
the Eagles?
for that matter? I mean,
Minnesota plays Seattle
think we
in
all-
Seattle every single year. And I need to talk to Roger Goodell to understand why the fuck we always have to go to Seattle. I don't know why.
It's not an easy place to play. I watched a
It's
Lions game.
always there. Every year. It's this year, last year, the year. Every year. It's like, I'm fine playing Seattle, but Jesus fucking Christ. You make us go there every goddamn year?
Do a little home and home.
Yeah. No, we're just going to go to Seattle every time.
Well, I've been there for a Lions game, and everyone's like, "It's the loudest stadium." I was like, "Shut up!" And I went in, and I'm like, "Guys, does this seem really loud?" What'd you say? It was
Those
loud as
rainy
fuck.
fish fucks. All right. I don't know. Do you guys have anything else? You want to talk about anything more? Did I miss
I do
something?
not. I just want to say, Lawton, thanks for coming on, man. It was fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me, fellas. I'm honestly, I'm proud that I was able to, keep up a little bit in the sports talk conversation. And frankly, I haven't been on recorded video in a while. I'm just glad I didn't Jeffrey Tubin myself. So
We all are.
Now, Lawton, you're always great. I love you so much. Thank you for
I was
joining
going to say,
us.
not since that court case during COVID, but all right. Gentlemen,
yeah, thanks for having me,
Unless
guys.
anyone has anything else, I'm going to hit the button.
bang it.
Do it!